Hello students, hope all of you are fine. So today I'm here with another chapter on our environment. Okay, so in this lesson we are going to discuss about what is environment, what are the various components of the environment, what happens when we add our waste to the environment. Okay, what are various components of the environment, how they affect our environment. Okay, and what are the various type of pollution that take place in our environment. So let's first define what is environment. So environment is the everything, okay, everything that surround an organism and influence its life is the make the environment. Okay, now environment is very important, and it constitute the two it consists of two components. Okay, we have two components, biotic components and abiotic components. So biotic components include all the living organisms like plant, animals including human being, okay, and all the microscopic organisms. They all make the biotic components. And abiotic component, the components like water, air, light, temperature, soil, okay, all the non-living components that are present in our environment makes the abiotic component of the environment. Now, biotic and non-biotic or abiotic component of the environment together make the natural environment. Now, the study of interaction of living organisms with each other and their surrounding is called the ecology. Okay, and all interacting organisms in an area together with the non-living constituent of the environment, okay, that constitutes the environment. Okay, now all interacting organisms in an area together with non-living constituent of environment make an ecosystem. Okay, so if you are asked what is ecosystem, so all the living organisms, okay, that interact with each other in an area along with the non-living constituent of the environment is called an ecosystem. Now what happens when we add waste to the environment? Okay, that is given in your NCERT book. One activity is there. So we know that waste, it can be categorized into two categories. One is biodegradable waste and another is the non-biodegradable waste. Now those waste, okay, which can be broken down to non-poisonous substance in nature in due course of time, okay, that is called the biodegradable waste. Okay, and this degradation is by the action of the microorganisms like bacteria. Okay, and such waste is regarded as biodegradable waste, okay, which can decay or decompose naturally and become harmless after some time. For example, cattle dung and compost are common example of biodegradable waste. Now compost is the manure made from the decayed vegetable stuff, that is plant. Other example of biodegradable material can be animal bones, leather, tea leaves, wool, paper, wheat, wood, hay, cotton, jute, grass, fruits, vegetable, etc. Okay, flowers and cake, etc. These are also biodegradable waste. Okay, biodegradable waste usually do not pollute the environment. Biodegradable waste pollute the environment only when their amount is large, which cannot be degraded or decomposed into the harmless substance in nature at the right time. Now, the waste material which cannot be broken down into non-poisonous or harmless substance in the nature is called non-biodegradable waste. The example of non-biodegradable waste are DDT, that is dichloro diphenyl trichloroethane. Okay, plastic, then polythene bags, ball point pen refill, synthetic fibers, glass objects, metal articles like aluminum cans, iron nails, silver foils, radioactive waste. All these are non biodegradable. All these non biodegradable waste cannot be made less toxic or less poisonous easily as they are major pollutants of the environment. The non biodegradable waste cannot be decomposed by the microorganisms like bacteria. DDT, that is dichloro-diphenyl trichloroethane, is a non biodegradable waste. So it can be passed along the food chain from the crops to men or other animals and birds and harm them. So the biomagnification can take place in the living organisms. Now, for this reason, the DDT has been banned from the use in more countries. Non biodegradable waste are the major pollutants of the environment. For example, discarded plastic articles, glass articles, metal objects are non biodegradable waste material which cause a lot of pollution in our surrounding. We will now describe a simple experiment to find out whether a given material is biodegradable or non biodegradable. So you can do the activity yourself also. You can dig the soil and put some piece of paper in the in under the soil and bury it, okay, and in other pit you can put some plastic waste and bury it under the soil, and you can keep that mark that place so that you can check after 1 or 2 months. So when you check that particular place after 1 or 2 months, you will find that the paper has decomposed but plastic remain as it is. This shows that the paper are biodegradable and the plastic is non biodegradable. Okay, now now let's discuss about the ecosystem. Ecosystem and its components. So what is ecosystem that I told you earlier? So it is all the interacting organism and in an area together with non-living constituent of the environment. Okay, so it has the ecosystem has two components, okay, that is biotic components and the non-biotic, okay, or abiotic components. Okay, so biotic components include the all living organisms, okay, that is present, those are present in the environment, that includes microorganisms, plants, animals, human. Now biotic components, okay, they may be grouped according to the manner in which they obtain their substances from the environment. So producers, consumers, decomposers, okay, these are some of the categories, okay, and producers, okay, include all the plants or green plants which can undergo the process of photosynthesis. That means the organism which can convert inorganic raw material to organic compound, okay, that is plant can produce their own food by the process of photosynthesis. Apart from providing food for animals, they help in maintaining balance of carbon dioxide and oxygen in nature. They can help in recycling the matter from abiotic component to the living world. They can convert solar energy into chemical energy of the food. They are also called autotrophs. Now next we have is the consumer, that is the biotic component, another category of biotic component. Animals in the environment are consumers as they cannot manufacture their own food. Okay, all the organisms which depend on the plants and they cannot convert the uh, raw material into the or inorganic raw material to organic compound. Okay, these are called the consumers. Okay, now they depend on plants and other animals for their food. The food of the consumer consists of organic compound produced by other living organisms. So it can consumer can be herbivore or carnivore. Okay, and herbivores are the animals which feed on green plants, for example cow, buffalo, sheep, goat, etc. Next we have is the carnivores. These are the animals which feed on other animals, tiger, lion. Okay, these are the carnivores. Now carnivore or the secondary consumer. Okay, or herbivores are the primary consumers. Now that is first consumer of the plant are herbivores and second consumer are the carnivores, that is the secondary consumer. Okay, in is an animal that devours the flesh of herbivore or other animals. Similarly, large carnivores can be categorized as the tertiary consumer and so on. Okay, now next we have is the decomposer. Let me give you example of carnivore. You know very well, you are doing the herbivore carnivore from the junior classes, from 6th onwards you are doing. So we have grass as producer. The grass is eaten by rabbit. Okay, so rabbit is the herbivore. For example, carrot. Rabbit is eating carrot. So carrot is a plant. Okay, plant is eaten by the herbivore, that is the animal. Okay, that is primary consumer. Now rabbit is eaten by the you can say any carnivore, that is the you can say it is eaten by wolf. Okay, so wolf is the secondary consumer. Okay, because the grass eating animal is eaten by the secondary consumer. Now wolf, if it is eaten by the tiger, then it is the higher carnivore. Okay, so here the tiger is the tertiary consumer. Okay, and in this way the process goes on. Okay, and the food chain is formed. Fine. Next we have is the decomposers. They are also called also heterotrophs. They convert the dead organic matter into simple compounds. For example, bacteria and fungi, they are decomposers. Unlike consumers, the decomposers do not ingest their food. Instead, they release different enzymes from their bodies into the environment. Okay, that means the particularly decomposers, they release the enzyme secretions on the decaying plants and animal remains. The extracellular digestion of the dead remains lead to release of simpler inorganic substance which are then utilized by the producers. Now importance of decomposers is they clean up degradable, that is the garbage of the environment. Okay, they help in recycling of the matter in biogeochemical cycle so that it is available once again for the producers. They maintain the fertility of the soil by making humus in the soil. Some substances such as plant and animal waste can be acted upon by the decomposers in nature and broken down easily in simple substances. These are biodegradable waste. Some other waste or the materials, especially the one produced by man, cannot be broken down or by the decomposers. So, and they pose and they do not possess enzymes to do so. They are non-biodegradable waste, as we have discussed the pesticides like DDT, okay, detergent, plastic, radioactive waste. Okay, now next we have is the categories of the ecosystem. Okay, so ecosystem can have various categories. Okay, and this we will discuss in our another video.